This is Rolando Vincoy, and I will be demoing my memory game program. The three things that we need for this program is the style sheet file, the JavaScript file, and the the basic HTML. And I also have this score ranges. Let's talk about it first. This shows a bar graph, and it uses this library called chart.js, and that's a requirement for the course. So I'm doing that in that one since I don't have a need for the memory game. So for the memory game, like I said, I'm just calling the style sheet file and the JavaScript file in here. And so let's talk about the CSS first. For the CSS, um, these are where the animation is taking place. There are three cards on top of each other, and this is the one that does um, the animation. So for the card, the position has to be relative and the back has to be absolute in order for this to work. And then over here, I'm just changing the size of the grid. Each grid is 11 rem, and there's 4 rows and 4 columns. So let's talk about the JavaScript. So in this JavaScript, I'm just calling the card generator. I'm creating an array of images, and these are the location of the files, and these are the IDs, and the names also corresponds to the the name of the image, and needs to be spelled exactly correct because we're going to be using this to do the comparison later. So the next thing is we're randomizing that array. And then as a cheat, I'm displaying that into the console. So if you go into the console, you'll see the order of the images on the screen. So now we're assigning it to the screen right here. We're creating the DOM elements, the section, div, things like that, and we're setting the attributes. And this is the one where we're actually doing the assignment of the image. That way it will show the image for the card. And obviously it doesn't show it first. There's going to be something on top of it because it doesn't make sense for it to be shown, right? So we need to have an image for the card cover on top of it, and then just be able to flip it. That way you'll be able to see the image. So then here we have the compare cards. It gets called right here. So yeah, we're adding the section, the child, for the face and the back in there, and we're adding the event listeners to them. That way you can click on them, and if it gets clicked, then it adds the toggle card. That way it can flip it, and then so it get this function gets called, and we're tagging each of the clicked card, and there can be only up to two. We're tagging it with flipped. That way we can compare them later on, because the first time it's going to add the flip on one card, and then we're going to prevent that from being clicked again right here. Then we're checking whether there's two of them, and if there's two of them, then we compare them. And if it's a match, then we remove the flip, because there can only be two, and then you want to continue playing, right? So you have to remove the flip, because otherwise all it'll be 3, 4, and so on every time you click something. So you want to remove that. That way there's only two at the most that you can do the comparison. So right here, if it's matched, right, then if it's matched, then you check whether all the cards have been opened. And if the I'm checking the cookie. Well, first in here we're calling this result game function, which basically displays a message on the screen, but the message gets asterisk added to it in a loop. It uses a loop well, it's a recursive function, but basically acts as a loop. And in this one, I'm adding 5 asterisk to the beginning and the end of the message before it gets displayed. This recursion is a requirement for this program. So if there is a cookie, or the cookie, basically I'm trying to track the highest score. If there is no previous high score, then it sets it right here. And then if there is a cookie, then you want to compare your moves with the previous high. That way you can overwrite the previous high score. And then this is in the try catch. If there's an error, it will just display it on the console. And so over here, the else statement is for the not match. And what we need to do is we need to remove the flip, and we want to add back the pointer events, and we need to remove this tag for toggle card. That way it will display correctly on the screen. And on the last one, I'm doing a timeout. That way it doesn't do it right away, and you don't see the action on the screens. That's why you need to leave 1000 millisecond or 1 second before it does the flipping. Or that way you can see the flipping, and before it can continue on to the rest of the code or the rest of the game. So like I mentioned, this is the recursive function that I have. And basically it just displays the message. And then this is to set the cookie. Cookie requires a name and a value, and you can add these, and I'm adding it. That way it will keep it for a certain number of days. On this one, I believe I put 30 days whenever I'm setting the cookie, and this is the default path where it's putting it. And then in here, this is to get the top score. So like you can see over here, there's semicolon. And so I'm splitting it by semicolon first. And the first one on there will have the name and the value. So um, I'm splitting that one because it has the name, the top score, and the value. I want to give back the value. That way I can compare it with the score, with the play move, the player moves, or play moves is the variable that I'm using. So that's the program. Let's go play the game. So on this one, it has to be, because I'm using um, cookies from a file. Firefox allows cookies running from a file. Google Chrome does not, so I have to use Firefox. So every time it opens, it, as you can see, it shuffles the cards. So let's click on them and let's play this game. Oh, there's a match. Is this one? Nope. Hmm. I did really well. 13. Um, and if you inspect console, it has the information there. At the very beginning, it has the order, and I didn't cheat, so I could have cheat, but I didn't do that. So, and that's the game. Oh, let's show the score ranges. Let's also display that in Firefox. So 13, I'm in this range. I'm in the better, well, right in here. So that's really good. All right. That's all I have. Thank you. Bye.